Alright guys, what's going on? Today we've got the 11th war of season 25, and 4 Loki is facing Apoco. So there is a little bit of a beef that we have with these guys. I'll get more into that a little bit later in the video. But we finished third last season, they finished second. And there was a lot of controversy last season as to whether or not they were playing legitimately. And a lot of screenshots floating around. I won't get into like the content of those entirely. So we really wanted to beat them this war. And so starting out here, I see HitMonkey on path 1 in section 1. I pretty much know I'm going to be taking that fight. Unless there's something else that looks more pressing for Omega Red. But looking around section 1, I don't see anything like that. And here I zoom in and I see that the thing that they have placed in BG3 is just a 5-star, so that's kind of weird. Tigra and Professor X on these two nodes. Those are both going to be torch fights. Apocalypse on EMP modification, that's good placement. I see Korg on path 1, and I think that maybe I'll just be going path 1 all the way and bringing Quake. But then I see Nick Fury on this ebb and flow intercept node, and I always take that fight. And usually when I take that fight, I'm also taking path 6 in section 2 because Pete usually takes that Immortal Abomination with Ghost after the global goes down. So I pretty much know at this point where I'm headed, and I think it's going to be path 1 in section 1, path 6 in section 2, and then I look at the mini bosses. I see Moleman. And I know that that's going to be my fight. And so I'm assuming and hoping that Black Widow Deadly Origins is also going to be my fight. So we're going to go ahead and join here. And my team is going to be Omega, Sabretooth, and Human Torch. You guys know that I don't usually care for using Human Torch very much. And I am going to be on path 1 in section 1. So this entire war, I was extremely nervous. This is Vigorous Assault and Arc Overload. And the reason that I was so nervous is because I have a pretty good solo streak going right now. And I don't want to mess that up. So fights that are normally like pretty easy for me, I was pretty concerned about here. So this HitMonkey, I was very nervous for this fight. I have no idea why. I have taken him here before several times. Here I'm basically just going to be stuck at 10 spores. I don't want to knock him down. I just don't want to deal with it. But you'll see, I mean, it's like a 30-second fight for a rank 3 6-star, not too bad. And then this next fight here is going to be Silver Surfer. He's also rank 3. I guess I kind of understand why he's here, because like if your parry fails because of masochism and he charges a heavy attack, then he's gonna get his buffs, and you know, if he gets too many buffs, then his special 2 is unblockable. I get it. He's still just not a very good defender though. So got a reparry at the start. I have 30 spores and he's dead in like 20 seconds. Not a huge deal at all. So I'm going to go ahead and move up here, and I am going to be in path 6 in section 2, and I have this Mangog here. So I was pretty nervous about this fight. I read all of his abilities. I had a pretty good understanding. Here I'm just like making absolutely sure that my Flame On applies. So yeah, I have a pretty good idea of what I need to do. And ideally I want to push him to special 2s. If you finish a 5-hit combo against this guy, he's going to get some like hatred. If he gets 10, then you're going to be in trouble. So especially on rage, you have to throw a special attack. So I'm going to start out the fight and get some really, really good intercepts. And that's all fine, except that I'm not building up smolders when I'm intercepting him. So my first several hits really aren't going to do a ton of damage. But you can see we're like 20 seconds into the fight, and he's already at 35%. So I'm going to go ahead and push him. This person's running pretty high Mystic Dispersion. So I'm going to push him to his special 2. I accidentally dex there, so he's really, really close to his special 3. So I'm backing up because his special 2 is like a bunch of projectiles, so usually he'll throw it from kind of far away. And he just won't throw it. Now I'm back in my corner, so I just decided to take like a measured risk here, do some slow combos, get to my special 3. I know that this isn't going to kill him. I'm not running Assassin. There's no way to bypass this node, so he's at 7%, so I'm just going to block, because now I also gave him a Fury, so I'm going to go ahead and block, and he goes down. That could have been so bad. Like, if he threw that special 3, especially with that Fury that I gave him, I could very, very easily have ended up dying. I probably would have, so we got through that one. This next fight here, I did put my attack masteries back on, except for suicides, and I'm going to go ahead and fight this long shot. I was kind of nervous about it. His special 2 on the block hits pretty hard, and my Human Torch is only a 5-star. And this has like aggression prowess too. So I'm missing a bunch of parries at the beginning, just kind of playing stupid. And there I dash back like way too early. Miss another parry. So at this point I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to push him to a special 2. I don't really care about pushing him past the special 2. I'm not trying to use dexterity. At this point, I'm just trying to do medium light back up, and that way I can keep getting smolders every time that I parry. You can see that my Nova Flames are doing a bunch of damage. I'm going to block his special 2. It does like almost 8,000 on the block, and then he just drops. So, not too bad. Thank goodness those Human Torch fights are over. I absolutely hate those fights. And then this is going to be Nick Fury, Ebb and Flow Intercept, Redoubled Determination, and Crumbling Armor. I take this fight every single war that he's placed here. I don't understand why he's here all the time, but I will gladly take it. So I don't know if you noticed, but right at the beginning there it said Purified. This person's running suicides, or they're at least running half suicides, so I'm going to build up a ton of spores here. I have my Fury, and yeah, you can see that he's going down really fast. He's taking recoil, but it's not the full 5% because of the protection, which is fine. You know, no big deal. So here, I should have heavy countered him there. I'm not sure why I didn't, but it's okay. I get another intercept when he's losing his life. I should have saved my special 3. I don't know why I didn't do that, but not a huge deal. The special 3 is going to do a ton of damage, and at this point my goal for the rest of this fight is to just heal back as much as I possibly can. I'm trying to get, see, like right now I'm at a full yellow bar. I'm kind of trying to stay that way, but then I'm going to take some block hits. So here I'm at like 92%, so I'm just like playing this mini game with myself over and over again, trying to save a potion, because I'm healing to full for every single fight, like no matter what. So you can see here, I was healing up and then I took another block hit, so mission failed, but yeah, I don't want to lose my streak if I have like, you know, 10% left, and the 10% is because I didn't want to use a potion. I'm going to use my potions, I'm going to use my boosts. So this next fight here, this is going to be a rank 3 6-star Black Widow Deadly Origins, and it's enhanced special 1, not a big deal, and this is the same person, so they are still running half suicides, obviously, which I appreciate very much. So I think I'm only going to lock in my spores one time here, because yeah, I mean, I don't want to try to re-parry her. It's kind of hard for me with the double medium. So here, I should have locked them in again right there. I'm not sure why I didn't. But now I'm basically just going to hit her a bunch. This isn't how I usually play Omega. I usually try to do like 1 or 2 hits, parry. I just didn't want to deal with her special 1. There's no reason to. So she goes down super, super fast, and yeah, sorry if you guys can hear noise outside. There are kids playing out there. So this is going to be a rank 3 moleman. This is Aspect of Evolution and Enhanced Special 2. and improved power gain, so I was a little bit worried about this fight, kind of. But I just took an aspect of evolution moleman on path 7 in section 2 last war, and that one had kinetic transference. This one doesn't, so there's going to be less power gain with this one. So going into this fight, I'm just going to block. I'm going to build up some spores, 2 hits, parry. This person isn't running limber either, which is kind of nice. So I'm able to build up my spores really quickly. I'm at 24 spores after like 10 seconds of fighting or something. Got up to 30. His special one is pretty annoying for Omega because it takes so long and it pushes you back and you lose like several spores every time he throws it. So I'm not really trying to let him throw special ones, but you can see I'm kind of failing at that. So at this point, the most spores I'm going to have on him are 10. I'm not going to throw the special 2 in war. It's just too risky. I don't know if they've fixed it. I'll test it out in the off season, but for now I just, you know, I don't want to get punished. So here we go. Special 3, gonna heal up. And full yellow bar to finish. He just dies. So that was the end of my war. 7 fights. The Mangog fight was pretty difficult, or not difficult, but it got complicated. We did end up winning this war. This is one of our best wars that we've had all season. We died 3 times. I think each battle group died 1 time. So, yeah, and then they died 9 times. So, I said earlier that there was kind of like a little bit of like a beef, maybe not between our alliances, but like on my end at least, because, based on the screenshots that I saw from last season, and again, I don't love getting into the drama, but I also understand that not everyone like is in line chats where the screenshots like go around, and I also know that some screenshots can be faked, but you know, there was a lot of stuff that implied that they weren't being legitimate. They did beat us last season and they finished in 2nd, so it felt kind of bad to finish a spot behind a team that we weren't sure whether or not they were playing legitimately. I'm not saying that they weren't. And then in the off season, we faced them. And in the off season for Loki, like, we were bringing in, like, Civil Warrior right after the buff. You know, like, we were bringing in... We just bring in people, like, who you wouldn't ever normally bring on Alliance War offense. Like, we fight with, like, Mojos. Pretty much nobody's bringing Quake unless they're practicing with her for the first time if they don't usually use her in war. So we're just not bringing in, like, our best attack teams at all. And we fought them. We always die a bunch. We lose, like, I think literally every single off-season war that we fight in. And we faced them and they were, like, just talking trash on us in the war room, which was kind of ridiculous and silly. So, yeah, once somebody does something like that, like if somebody says something kind of rude, and it's not meant, like, jokingly, then I just, you know, like, I think I'm pretty nice to everyone. I don't appreciate when people are rude to me or my teammates. So definitely wanted to beat these guys, especially after, you know, the last war that we saw them, which was an off-season war, and we did end up beating them. So 1 war left to go. I don't think that we can get top 3. I think we're 5th right now overall. So, like, there's the top 3 teams, and then there's New Nation right above us, and then us. So we're 2nd in Masters, 5th overall. And yeah, I just don't think that there's any way we're going to end up in the top 3. So looks like we will finish in Masters regardless of the outcome of the last war. Hopefully I can finish out strong and, you know, have a perfect season. It would be the first time ever that that's happened. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.